So let's go ahead and get started with the final stages of our model. Go ahead to go polygon primitives and create a cube. I'm going to scale that down a bit, and we're going to use this cube to create the beard of this guy. I'll press 3 so I can work on subdivision mode. I'll select those faces, the whole face loop, and I'll go to connect components, and I'll start to shape the actual beard for this guy. Let me go ahead and delete this side and go to edit, duplicate special, and actually I think, let's see, I'll undo and let's go ahead and continue to work with this one, and then we're going to use that duplicate special technique later in the process, so we can start to create the beard for this guy. I just noticed that I did not extrude the nostrils for this guy, so we'll do that next time or in this video. So let's go ahead and continue to shape. Let's insert some edge loops. Let's go to insert edge loop tool. I'll rotate it. And go to face mode. And pretty much this is actually really simple. It's just about shaping it. So we're just going to insert another edge loop and just shape it a bit more, and we should be done with it. So now let me go ahead and delete the other side just so that we can go ahead and have it symmetrical. So let's delete that side. I'll press 3 and I'll go to use that edit mesh duplicate special. Let's go ahead and continue to shape it a bit more. And then once you're happy with it, we can go ahead and continue with the head so that we can start with the hair. So we're going to select some faces here. And it depends what type of hairstyle you want to give him. I'll just make him a little bald in the front and select all the faces for the back. So I'm just going to select those faces and go to edit mesh, and I'm going to use my duplicate face. I'm going to move those out in with the blue handle just a little bit. Going to object mode, and I can probably, let's see, I can probably delete some of the edges just so that we have less geometry for the hair. Let me delete some edges. I'll select this one and maybe this one. Go to edit mesh, delete edge vertex. And I think that should be fine. So let me go to object mode and go to extrude. And I'll extrude that in a bit. And I'm going to delete the faces for the inside. So I'm just going to hit delete. And now we don't have those faces anymore. And I'll also delete the faces for the side. Okay. So we're just going to do this with the hair for now, and then we'll come back to it later after we're done with the hat. We're going to create the hat. Let me actually go to duplicate special just so I can see the whole thing. Let's do the same with the hair. We'll come back to the hair after we create the hat. And before we do that, I'm going to press 1 on this one and make sure that we smooth that once, just once. And if you want it to have less geometry, you can take some of the edges out. But in this case, I'll just leave it this way because it's fine. So let's go ahead to create polygon primitives, and I'll just use a cube for creating the hat. I'm going to scale that a bit. And the hat actually covers his eyes, so I'll just move it down a bit. Or at least it does in the concept. I'll press 3, and I'm going to insert a few edge loops. Insert one right here, one at the bottom, one at the side. And actually let me create the connect components for the middle, just so I have an edge loop there. And now we can just start to shape this so that it starts to look like a hat. I'll press 1 to work on my normal division mode. Let me scale that a bit. And I'll probably use this face to extrude the top. So let me go to edit mesh and extrude. I'll press R to scale. Let me undo and disable reflection before I scale that down. So now I'll just scale a bit. I'll delete that face. Select this one. And I'm going to press G to extrude one more time and get that top for the hat. Let me select that edge loop here. Actually, let me delete the face that's inside. And now I can select the edge loop and type 0 on the X. And now we can start to develop the look of the hat. And now we want to make sure that we have the bottom, the inside of the hat. So we're going to do the same thing that we did for the top. So now we're really getting closer to finishing the character. So the next time we might be done by next time, getting the final details and the final pieces, and we should be done with the modeling process of the character. So I recommend during the off time, make sure that you continue to shape it so it looks like the concept. And the next time we're going to probably be finishing the character.